into any deeper.
I am not a male. Just say the shirt is nice. End it there. It's okay.
Your shirt is nice.
That one saves everybody the trouble. Doesn't put me in any kind of
Any
position.
trouble, eh?
Yeah. You know,
Francis.
we are in different times, my brother. So you just
Especially
have
this
to.
morning, it's even raining.
Please, it's been drizzling. It's not raining. It's been drizzling.
It's raining from where I
Well, how can it rain and you didn't wear raincoats, but you're wearing a t-shirt and a vest?
Francis. So the vest, this one is what? How do you call this one?
It's a vest. Yeah.
So this one is authentic.
Ah, c'est la vie. C'est ici. Oh, authentic. Hello.
The vest is authentic.
Okay.
And then the inner is.
Please, if you don't know what we're saying, here's what you do: go to our Facebook page at Star1035 FM, watch a live stream, and then you get exactly what we're talking about with how Mr. Murtala, Inusah, our legal affairs correspondent, has spotted a very interesting Friday, courty, sporty, greeny look. Yeah.
You like it?
And it's for a good reason. You will know shortly why he's in what he's wearing. He doesn't want to stain his white shirt because of the work he's going to do today later at the courts. But brother, thank you for joining us once again.
Thank you, Francis.
Before we talk about what's coming today, a lot happened yesterday.
Yes.
Yesterday, as I always say, the biggest case that everybody's eyes have followed with keen interest is that which relates to the ambulance trial.
Yes.
The matter involving the Attorney General representing the state, and then you have Richard Jakpa and Ato Forson, the Member of Parliament for Ejumake Inyanisiam, who's also the minority leader in Ghana's Parliament. So this morning, please update us. It was a heavily billed case for yesterday.
Yes.
Remind us the antecedent and then what happened.
So this is a case that has to do with some ambulances that were said to have been purchased, and then we've been told that the ambulances that were brought in are unfit for purpose. And for that matter, the state has incurred some losses. So they have been charged for causing allegedly, or if you want it, it's a willfully. If you say causing financial loss, that alone is just but it's a willfully, meaning you are in a known, you know what you're doing. So willfully causing financial loss to the state to the tune of 2.37 million euros. If you convert that to cedis, how much are you getting?
2.7 million euros at the current exchange rate.
Yes.
Have to check first, but
check that for and so, but they have pleaded not guilty, 5 counts, so they are standing trial. Along the line, the second accused person, Dr. Sylvester Ademana, who was then the chief director of the Ministry of Health, was discharged because the AG filed a nolle prosequa. The man was.
It's about 16.21.
16.1.
That's for a euro. So times 2, that'll be about 32 million.
32 million
CDs. Yes.
Okay. So AG filed nolle prosequa. So Sylvester Ademana was discharged. So Dr. Kasiela Tofosin, the former Deputy Minister for Finance, and businessman Richard Jakpa, they are now facing trial. Then the state closed their case, called for witnesses. Dr. Atoforsin also called witnesses to come, open his defense after Justice Efiasa Wasaribuchi indicated that a prima facie evidence has been established against the accused person, for which reason the court will want to hear from them. So they have to open their defense. Dr. Atoforsin did. He didn't testify personally. He called witnesses, and some of the witnesses that came to court, Alex Mood, former GNPC boss, then his former boss, Seth Tekpe, the former finance minister, also came to court to testify. And what was interesting in relation to Seth Tekpe's testimony was that the issue has to do that Atoforsin is facing is that the letter of credit that was signed and then given to Bank of Ghana, for which reason monies were released, was signed by him and not Seth Tekpe. And he said that his boss, Seth Tekpe, directed him. So Seth Tekpe was in court to corroborate what Atoforsin has said. So that was the testimony. So he also called witnesses, and now it's the turn of Richard Jakpa, who is in the witness box. And so he's testifying. He's done with his evidence in chief, and then facing cross-examination from lawyers of Atoforsin. All the parties in the case will have to cross-examine whoever is speaking at what point in
Okay.
time. So that's how come he is an accused person, but the lawyers of the other accused is also cross-examining him, and we know the controversy surrounding all this in one of the sittings. So when that allegations were made by Mr. Japa, then there were certain applications flying left, right, center. One for mistrial, another one to injunct the Attorney General and the Office of the Attorney General entirely from dealing with this particular case. Another is also seeking for the charges to be dropped against them, and then also another seeking for an inquiry into the conduct of the Attorney General and all that. So yesterday, Justice Efiasewa Saribuchi had the opportunity to rule on all these applications, and in fact the court delivered two separate rulings, one a separate one for the trial, and then the other one calling for inquiry, calling for charges to be dropped, and also calling for injunction and all that, all put together. But the long and short of Justice Efiasewa Saribuchi's rulings were that the foundation upon which the application were brought are unknown in our legal jurisprudence. There's no legal basis
I see.
to for these applications to stand, and for that matter, the court it's the considered view that the applications be refused, and same were refused or dismissed. But the issue, one of the issues that also came to the fore has to do with the audio recording of a conversation between Richard Japa and the Attorney General. The court said it is relevant to the matter at hand. It will be considered, so it will be admitted in evidence, and of course, but the court looked at it has listened to it, and it sort of considered view that looking at the way the case is, considering the public interest and the fact that you need to also protect the judicial integrity, the court would like it will be prudent for the Attorney General, Godfrey Diego-Adam, who is head on tape with a conversation with one of the accused person, to ask not directly be involved in the prosecution of this case, so that probably he will sit aside and then allow the other team members. Deputy Attorney General is there, the Director of Public Prosecution, Mrs. Yvonne Atakrobu Bisa, is there, Richard Jembibi has also been part of this very team. They can handle the whole thing. So it was an advice to the Attorney General. It wasn't an order, it wasn't a directive, but it was an advice. But of course, the judge looked at it and said all the applications refused, so the matter will take it normal court, to the extent that yesterday, immediately after the refusal, Justice Efiasewa Saribuchi asked Mr. Japa to mount the witness box, which he did, and then the issue, lawyer Ediji Tamako was laying foundation for the pen drive which contained the audio to be tendered in evidence through the witness or the accused, whichever way, because he's an accused person and testify at the same time. So a witness and an accused describe him at the same time. So they were in the process. But then, for the court to be sure and for the parties to be sure of what is contained in that particular pen drive, they have to play it in open court. So then they have to adjourn the case to next week, hoping that that day they can make arrangements for the audio or the pen drive, what is contained in the pen drive, to be played, and then it will be tendered in evidence, or tendered in evidence. But of course, the court also indicates that even though it has is relevant to the case, it depends on the weight that is put on it. So you can put something in evidence, but its admissibility also heavily rely on importance, how important, or the kind of weight that the court will put on it in relation to how things pan out. So that is also another side of the court. But of course, ultimately, after the court's decision, Godfrey Diego-Adam has been speaking, especially so also because the court has advised him to stay away from that. Would he honor that particular advice? He said, look, I am in charge, and as you can see, it's a friendly advice to me. I am still prosecuting the matter. But when was the last time you were in church, Francis?
Every Sunday.
Every Sunday.
Like clockwork.
Do you sing? What's your favorite song?
Oh, Eja no war to me. Eja no war to me. Eja no war to me. I like that song for two reasons.
Okay, why?
It's a great song.
Okay.
Second, I'm now a supporter of Young Apostles, and that's their chant song. So yeah.
So I was part of the school team when I was in senior high school.
Okay.
So it's one of the songs when we are going to play football, Jama.
Ah.
We add it to it.
Hey, Jano, oh, to me. Fantastic.
Godfrey the Adami. We can hear the Godfrey the Adami.
Oh, he sang?
Yes, he sang.
He sang?
He said when he was coming from home.
That was the hymn on his mind.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So let's hear the Attorney General after the court.
Singing. Okay.
And what you did notice after all, I'm conducting the matter, I'm still conducting the trial. The most important point today is that all the applications filed by the applicants have been dismissed in their entirety. All the 5 applications have failed. And I think that in reaction to this, I would say that clearly shows there's a group of people in this country who ride on manipulation of facts, distortion, and deception of the public. They're always seeking to mislead and deceive the public. Today they've been exposed. That is what I say. I leave the rest to my friends.
So now that they've been dismissed, all the applications have been dismissed. Yes. How do you see this case going forward?
Well, today, when I was coming, I had a song in my spirit. Head of that church triumphant. You know that song?
I know.
Please. We joyfully adore thee. And then it goes on. Precisely. Continue. That will play to your radio stations. Head of thy church triumphant, we joyfully adore thee. And I said to you that they will lay traps, but all the traps I'll flee from them. And indeed, only righteousness will prevail.
Would you object to the audio record now without
Okay, so it's actually a Wesleyan hymn, Head of Thy Church Triumphant. Before we're done with our conversation, we'll play it. We'll play it so we know what the song this is, yeah.
The AG said that we should record it and play it on our radio station. So that was one of
Head
the
of Thy
moments,
Church
yes,
Triumphant. Okay.
after the court ruling and all that. So you heard that he said, oh, definitely, anybody who is righteous will always walk on the path of righteousness.
Okay.
Yes. So yesterday he said that. But of course, Sami Jenfi, the National Communication Officer of the NDC, who addressed the media, first of all welcomed the judge's recent ruling, but
Okay.
of course disagreed with the kind of elements or the kind of provisions relying on by Justice Ifeanyi Saribuchi to support her conclusion at the point in time he declared as a Pontius Pilate. Let's listen to what Sami Jenfi said after the court ruling.
Categorize our position on the proceedings of today in 3 parts. First is to commend the trial judge for delivering such a detailed, reasoned ruling on these interlocutory applications. As a lawyer myself and a student of the law, I must say that I was impressed. This enriches our jurisprudence and helps students of law to appreciate the law. It helps us to constructively agree and disagree or criticize the judgment. And so to that extent, I think this ruling contributes to the development of the laws of this country, and we commend the trial judge. The second has to do with our disagreements with many of the decisions the trial judge made. Now, you would realize that on the application by lawyers for the first accused, Honorable Atoforsen, for an order of mistrial and an order of inquiry to be made by the trial courts into the issues of prosecutorial misconduct and professional misconduct on the part of the Attorney General, the trial judge played Pontius Pilate by declining jurisdiction. In other words, what the trial court said was that no law confers jurisdiction on the court. Neither does any rule of practice confer jurisdiction on the courts to make such orders. And therefore, the trial court directed Honorable Atoforsen and the affected parties to seek redress at the appropriate forum, which, in the opinion of the trial court, is the General Legal Counsel. Now, ordinarily, that should have been okay for us, because what that means is that the court has not determined whether or not the Attorney General is guilty of prosecutorial misconduct, okay? What the court has basically done is to decline jurisdiction and say, go to the right forum. But that, for us, raises serious issues of law. Because number one, we know that per Article 140 of the 1992 Constitution, the High Court has jurisdiction in all matters, both civil and criminal, except in cases that the law has expressly taken away the jurisdiction of the courts. So that is the rule. The general rule is that in all civil and criminal matters by Article 140, the High Court, as a superior court, has jurisdiction unless a specific law has taken that jurisdiction away. We are saying that in this case, there is no law that takes away that general jurisdiction of the court relative to orders for mistrial and inquiry. Because you see, the court is there to do justice, and the court has a responsibility to ensure that its processes are not abused. And so where there are serious issues about abuse of the court processes, the court has the jurisdiction to deal with those matters under Article 140. And we don't know of any known law that takes away that power. Number two, assuming without admitting that there is no specific law that even confers that jurisdiction on the court, or that power on the court to make orders for mistrial and orders for inquiry in our jurisdiction. The point is simple. The common law is part of the laws of Ghana. If you check Article 11 of the 1992 Constitution on sources of law, the common law is part of the laws of this country. And that is why when our laws don't provide for certain issues, judges will always refer to decided cases outside the jurisdiction. They have.
So that's Savage and Fee there.
Yes, clearly they disagree with the position of the court, but of course the court has spoken. If you disagree, there are certain things that you can do. The steps are clear, and the court is also pointing out that yes, the forum to seek redress is probably not the court, but other forums. But Henry Nana Boakye, aka Nana B, is a national organizer of the NPP, right? Yes, he also has something to say. His point is that the opposition that the tape has been doctored, has been strengthened by the ruling of the court. Let's hear Henry Nana Boakye, Nana B.
Must be dismissed, right? So first you notice that they said that the court should compel the AG to discontinue the prosecution. It was dismissed. They also mentioned about the fact that they filed a motion for mistrial, again was dismissed. And even the court, the judge in court today said that she listened to the tapes 10 times and nowhere on the tape were statements like implicate, autoforcing, coaching the accused. No, never. But this is what were being played outside. I mean, people playing to the gallery. The court said that it listened to the tape 10 times and nothing of that sort.
But you also agree that she finds it problematic that the Attorney General was engaging a suspect or an accused person in a conversation on a matter that is sitting before the court.
I'm not sure she said.
She said that.
No. She said that.
That is why
if there is anything at all,
if
there's anything at all, there should be a different platform for that, and that is why she suggested that it is General Legal Counsel.
Yeah.
Right. And then she said that because of public interest and how this matter has generated, so much public interest, she will advise. Indeed, if you recall in court when the Attorney General stood up to speak, she again repeated that advice. That is only an advice, right? So anybody who will come out yesterday that the Attorney General is ordered not to be part of the conduct of this matter is clear falsehood. And I know people will start trying to push that out. She said advice. And I think that she can give that advice, but as to whether that advice will be taken or not, we need to leave that to the Attorney General. But what is important is that you cannot peddle falsehood, you cannot lie outside the courtroom and think that you can transfer saying into the courtroom. Never.
So that's Henry Nana Boakye speaking there. Okay.
So we have heard from the Attorney General. They gave her the tune, a song.
Yes.
We've heard from Sami Jemfi, and we have also heard from Henry Nana Boakye, aka Nana B. So, Francis, the long and short of this whole matter is that the trial will continue to its conclusion and judgment will be delivered. And they will know the outcome of it. So that is as far as these rulings are concerned. And yesterday, before the judge starts reading her rulings, lawyer Tadosori indicated that he has filed an application at the Supreme Court. And what that application sought to do is to arrest the ruling of the court.
The ruling of the High Court.
The High Court yesterday. So they want the court to stay, to hold on, because they want the Supreme Court to make certain things clear. We do not know what exactly they are seeking, but we will try and find out.
Okay.
But the judge said, if I have that particular request on the court docket, I will look at it, I will consider it. But now, I have nothing.
Before me now.
Yes, I am proceeding. If the Supreme Court cites me for contempt, I'll come and hire you. I'll come and hire you to represent me. And then Mr. Sorry says that, look, yes, I'm a lawyer and I defend anybody who hired me to represent him or her. Case ended. So the judge proceeded and read her rulings as planned. So that's how this whole matter
Things unfolded yesterday.
So they will continue hopefully next Tuesday.
Okay. Will I be right to infer that today court duty is less and duties outside the court is more? Per how you're looking.
Cancel in the making. Today there are a lot of, like you rightly mentioned, Green Ghana Day. Have you heard it?
Yes, of course.
What is it about?
It's a day that we've set aside every year since 2021 to contribute towards afforestation of our country. So in essence, on the 7th of June every year, we are all encouraged to plant a tree in our locality.
Have you planted it?
I haven't yet. But I do see the works happening around my community. People
that have been planted,
are planting,
Have you
yes.
seen some of them?
Wait, hang on. I think I did. I didn't, but it wasn't even related to Green Ghana. I did, but it was in 2020. It was a church program.
Is it surviving or
It's You don't want to hear that. Okay, so Green Ghana. What's up in relation to the court? Why?
Okay, so
are all
today-
the judges planting trees?
So the judiciary and the judicial service today, they are planting trees.
Okay. Are you planting a tree?
Me?
Yes.
Yeah, when I get to the president, I'll tell the CJ we have to. She should give us a place. We also plant one.
Okay.
Yes. So the
But have you
Chief
taken a seedling to take home to plant?
Come again.
Or your house, you don't have a
You
land
know,
to
I'm a
plant?
farmer, so every day I plant trees. I cut.
Oh yes, you are a cocoa farmer,
Yes.
right? Okay.
I'm a cocoa farmer.
Yeah.
My dad is a cocoa farmer.
Yeah, man.
And I was born a farmer.
That's right.
Yes.
You look like one.
Once a farmer is always a farmer, no matter what you do.
Yeah.
Like, one day I'll take you to my farm.
Okay.
In the western region.
Western
So
region.
when you get to the western region, you get to Kojokrom. You know
Oh,
Kojokrom,
of course.
that's where the
Yes,
western was.
I know
Then
Kojoko.
from Kojokrom to my village, that is where the hell starts. Benso. Oil
Benso.
palm plantation.
Oh, I know Benso.
So when you get to Benso, then there's another hurdle to cross.
To cross.
Yes. Then
Where are
there's
we
a small
going?
village there called Ningo. Yes.
Ningo. Okay.
Yes. So my granddad went and settled there, and then he paraded all his children with him.
To
Gave
go.
all of them farms.
That's right.
Started farming. So this is my farm. This is my farm.
So your father got a plot.
Yes.
And,
And he also farmed,
okay.
and he's still farming. And
Nice.
we were all farmers.
Fantastic.
And so he decided that some of us had to school. So as for trees, we plant some,
Okay.
we cut some,
Yeah.
and so but I still make sure that the forest is green.
Yeah.
So today the chief judge is leading the judges to plant trees and on the frontage of the Supreme Court. Those who are familiar with the Supreme Court, you know that immediately you are entering the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
On your right side, there's a small garden over there. It looks very green. That's
Yeah.
where the activity will be taking place at 8:30. So it's almost time. So very soon that will happen. And then the Attorney General will also be leading state attorneys, deputies, to also plant trees around the law house. You know
The law house. The new
Yes,
law
the
house.
new law house.
Okay.
And interestingly, it will be
Oh wait, so it means that he's left the office that was close to the lands ministry, to the law house.
it's not completed yet.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and it will be commissioned on Monday.
Oh, Okay.
Yes, they are planting trees along. This will be the third time they are doing that.
Okay.
And the last time I saw the other one out of planted 2 years ago, doing very fine. When I get there today, I'll find out what has been planted last year.
Okay. And how that's also doing.
And today, so the AGU is also leading the team to also plant trees along the law house, which will be commissioned on Monday by the president. It's a 12-story building, 10 up and 2 beneath.
Okay.
Very interesting. It's just adjacent the law court complex. So those who are familiar, when you get there, you see the law house.
The law house.
And then the base is written the office of the Attorney General and Minister for Justice. Ministry of Justice.
Okay.
So that's what is happening today. That is why today I look so outside the court.
That's right.
Yes, I look
That's
so
right.
outside the court. So these are some of the things that we should expect. But yesterday, you noticed the case of the Tema and Pakadan.
Yes.
Yes. The issue came to court.
Oh, yeah. And I knew you chancelled it.
I knew about it yesterday, so that I didn't chance.
Okay. You knew it was coming.
I knew it was coming.
Okay.
So new charge sheet was filed, and this time around, very interesting revelations that the damage assessment
Yes.
will need over $2 million to repair it when the manufacturer has it where did the evaluation and assessment over. So that's how much we are needing. But the MD of Ghana
Railway Development
is
Authority.
saying that it is not government that is bearing the cost. But the
It's
manufacturer
insured.
Absolutely. It's insured. So we should be rest assured there should not be any hula baloo anywhere. Everything is under control. So that case also comes. Then the former second ladies, Madame Emisa, Matilda Emisa's case. Yes, yesterday prosecution indicated to the court that yes, they have filed the third batch of disclosures, which include witness statement and also some evidential material. And for them, they think that it will probably be the last one that they will file. Disclosure is a process. So as and when something new is discovered, it is filed. But what is clear now is that Justice Lydia Osemafo has fixed June 20 for case management conference and further orders. So these are some of the things that also came up yesterday.
Other courts. Okay. Thank you very much, Murtala Inusah. Please enjoy the weekend.
You too.
All things in moderation.
Absolutely.
And I'll see you on
It's
Monday.
unfortunate we don't have the football there to entertain.
You mean the leagues?
The leagues.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm
But
very
next week Friday,
Euros will
the
start.
Euros will
And
start.
yesterday Black Stars did so well.
Yes,
Yeah.
2-1 against
Otto Now they call
Lord
it
Kenya.
Otto. Lord Kenya or Otto.
Yeah, Lord Kenya.
And Jordan Ayew was a savior.
Yeah,
Yes.
the dynamics of the game. Yeah,
Alright. And people are saying that if Thomas Partey is the captain,
we win matches.
win matches.
It's true. The game against Nigeria we won.
yeah,
This one
the
too we won.
ultimate,
Yes.
I think the final match in the
Yes,
World Cup.
yeah, in Nigeria. Yeah,
And many also raises issue about the fact that he doesn't play the way he played for the Arsenal when he comes.
but we are winning.
But if you watch, you see why it happens. Yes.
Okay, Cochito.
Hey.
So you are legal affairs correspondent, Arsenal fan, sports aficionado, cocoa farmer,
Everything, son. It's one-
fitness coach,
No, yeah, it's one of the things that I learned.
a man of many parts.
You have to.
Yeah,
From where you are coming from, there are so many things. It just comes to you. You don't have to. You do everything, son.
sharp.
And along the line, you just find where you have to be.
That's all.
That's all.
All right, buddy. Have a good day.
Good day, Francis.
All right, let me go for a short break now. When I return, we'll bring you highlights of the conversation that Bolore had with the Lands Minister, Samuel Jenapo, after which we'll begin our weekly review.